Now, this is what's going on in the United States of America. We have been taken over by a group of hardcore liberal fascists. They are spying on Americans. They're closing down town hall meetings. They're smearing anybody who stands up to them. They're putting their minions in Nazi uniforms in order to smear them, a Saul Alinsky trick learned from the Bolsheviks.
When do we ever run those who are bankrupting our country and literally stealing our children's future out of town? Grab a torch.
His number one goal is to expand government and pass his ideological agenda about health care, about income redistribution.
Barack Obama, ladies and gentlemen, is going to spend more money than any other human being in the history of civilization.
There is no excuse. Not only Neil Bortz is he unfit to be a senator, he is certainly unfit to be president. Sean,
we just don't need it.
Obama is completely polarizing.
Lockstep down this, the socialist path.
the revolution of 1776 was a picnic compared to what the revolutionaries of today would like to do. It's not a lot of fun. Usually millions of people die. Will be rivers of blood if we don't have values and principles.
I stand with you, Glenn.
You pick up a gun? Have you ever thought of that? These people have. Because possibly, maybe the question should be asked, maybe they're tired of evolution and maybe they are waiting for revolution.
So I shamelessly say no. I want him to fail. I want him to fail. So I shamelessly say no. I want him to fail. I want him to fail.
This jerk grew up in an apartment somewhere in New York where he was fed socialist tripe, which is why he is one.
As he asked folks to start ratcheting down the rhetoric, was all talk. He wasn't sincere in that, and that's typical Barack Obama, unfortunately. That is typical of our president, where it's blah, blah, blah. You know, it's all talk and no real action.
You see, Obama's Leninism comes in many forms for those of you who are naive enough to believe that I don't know what I'm talking about. Obama himself is the individual expression of government elitism. He attended fancy schools. He befriended radical chic elitists like William Ayers. He believes that government, when staffed by fellow elitists, can do almost anything. It can run businesses, defeat market forces, and control the weather. It can even cure cancer. Obama sounds smart, so it must all be true, argue his followers.
Is going to transform our society using the instrumentalities of government against us. And yet they do it in our name. Have you noticed? Even though we, the people, we reject it. None of this. We want this long national nightmare to end.
Have a message for them. This is not symbolic. This is why we were sent here, and we will not stop until we repeal a president and put a president in the position of the White House who will repeal this bill, until we repeal the current Senate.
Madcap, insane liberals that you will find blogging, that you will find emailing, that you will find on the protest march. Their lives are basically meaningless.
We have the most disreputable, the most dishonest 100 days in American political history.
All hail the Messiah, Obama, Obama, the path to the new socialist motherland. Our Savior, Obama, Obama, the leader more famous than Lindsay Lohan. Go down and praise the one. Give him your money and your guns. Give us a country that makes your wife proud. Lord, bury the bitter ones, white and clinging to faith and to guns. Oh, for the change of the hope of the change.
Exactly what happened to the lead up with Hitler.
We have a president whose foreign policy can only be described as anti-American.
Day number 94 of change that makes us less safe and secure.
The banana republic politics. Is Obama going to show spine for the first time in his presidency?
Is Obama a radical figure in American politics?
He went on foreign soil and apologized for America. We're celebrating the first 100 days of Barack
100
Obama's
days
tenure.
of America going down the drain.
It is out of Orwell's 1984. And we certainly don't demonize the opponents the way we do. We may ridicule them, make jokes about them, but the way they turned George Bush into the enemy, a Nazi, George Soros and Al Gore, and have all compared him to Hitler. He was compared to Osama bin Laden by a New York Times op-ed writer.
Arguing with idiots, smart debate with dimwits, truth for those who care to look, and another way to sell our book.
President Obama, why don't you just set us on fire?
We don't know what he is. That's the whole point. And people don't care what he is. They don't care who he is. They care that he's black. They care that he's historic. They care that they think he's an intellectual because of the way he speaks. It's all about how he speaks. I mean, I look at some of the facial expressions of people when they're watching the guy. It's frightening. But I'm a thinker.
other than that, he really seems to have been coasting since his first big accomplishment, which was being born half black.
That our man-child president of color not only has failed to bring us together, he has driven us further apart.
Everything that is getting pushed through Congress, including this health care bill, they are all driven by President Obama's thinking on one idea: reparations. His goal is creating a new America, a new model, a model that will settle old racial scores.
I think you are right and the president is wrong. Then why is it that they want to force health care down our throats as if there were some authority for this in the Constitution?
Just as they've done with everything, Judge. First of all, Barack Obama, the Messiah, is a socialist. And also, you have to realize that Obama is no different than Jeremiah Wright Jr., the NAACP and others. They hate white Americans, and they especially hate the white man and what they want to do. That's why Obama said that he believed in the redistribution of wealth, because they want to take the power away from the quote-unquote white man and give it to the people who they think deserve it, and it's the people of color.
All right.
This is a dangerous man. He should not be trusted.
If Obama had not been African American, he had never been elected.
This president, I think, has exposed himself as a guy over and over and over again who has a deep-seated hatred for white people or the white culture. I don't know what it is. I'm not saying that he doesn't like white people. I'm saying he has a problem. This guy is, I believe, a racist.
The beginning of this horror picture show. I think people have no idea what's coming down the pike. This is the crown jewel of socialism.